The last time I saw my husband smile was over breakfast. Luca had syrup on his chin and was telling me about some ridiculous client meeting. Now I'm staring at his unconscious face, trying to match the rhythmic beeping of his heart monitor to the memory of his laugh. My name is Sylvia, and 12 hours ago, my world imploded. The police said it was a car accident, brake failure on a sharp turn. They found his BMW wrapped around a tree, the hood crumpled like paper. I've been sitting in this ICU chair so long, my legs have gone numb, but I can't bring myself to leave. The nurses keep bringing me coffee. I don't drink. Mrs. Reynolds? I look up to see a nurse in blue scrubs. It's Fox, actually. I kept my name. I'm sorry, Mrs. Fox. There's someone here insisting on seeing you. Before I can respond, Vanessa sweeps into the room like a storm front. My mother-in-law's designer heels click against the linoleum floor, her face set in granite. Behind her trails Melanie, Luca's half-sister, clutching a leather briefcase. Well, Vanessa says, not even glancing at her comatose son. I suppose we should get this over with. Get what over with? My voice sounds strange, distant. The transfer of authority. Vanessa pulls documents from Melanie's briefcase. As Luca's mother and next of kin, I'm taking control of his estate and assets, including the house. I stand up so fast my chair scrapes backward. What are you talking about? I'm his wife. A wife of barely 3 years. Vanessa's smile is razor-thin. These papers give me full power of attorney. You have 48 hours to vacate the premises. My hands shake as I scan the documents she thrusts at me. Legal jargon swims before my eyes, but I catch phrases like mental incapacity and family trust. This can't be legal, I whisper. Oh, it's quite legal. Melanie speaks for the first time, her voice cold. You should be grateful we're giving you 2 days. Grateful, I laugh, and it sounds hysterical even to my ears. My husband is fighting for his life, and you're trying to throw me out of our home? Your temporary home, Vanessa corrects. Everything Luca has belongs to the Reynolds family. You're just an unfortunate detour. My phone is in my hand before I realize I'm moving. I hit speed dial, praying he'll answer. Guillermo, I need you. Now. ICU at Memorial. My voice cracks. Bring whatever legal weapons you've got. Vanessa's eyebrows arch. Calling your little friend won't change anything. He's not my friend. He's our family lawyer. I straighten my spine. The one Luca hired specifically to handle family matters. Something flickers across Vanessa's face. Uncertainty? Fear? But it's gone in an instant. We wait in tense silence, the only sounds Luca's monitors and the soft squeak of nurses' shoes in the hallway. 20 minutes later, Guillermo arrives, his usual immaculate suit slightly rumpled. Sylvia. He hugs me briefly, then turns to face Vanessa and Melanie. Ladies, I understand you're attempting some kind of property claim? Melanie thrusts the papers at him. It's all legal, ironclad. Guillermo adjusts his glasses, scanning the documents. His expression doesn't change, but I see his jaw tighten. He pulls out his phone, takes several photos, then hands the papers back to Melanie. Well, Vanessa demands. Guillermo's smile is terrifying in its calmness. These documents are fake. Poorly faked, I might add. The letterhead is wrong, the notary stamp is expired, and... He pulls out his tablet, taps a few times. I have the real power of attorney documents right here, signed by Luca 3 months ago. Impossible, Vanessa hisses. Oh, it gets better. Guillermo's voice is silk over steel. You just committed attempted fraud against your own son's wife while he's in intensive care. He turns to me. Sylvia, would you like me to call the police, or should we start with a cease and desist? Before I can answer, a nurse bursts in. Mrs. Fox, your husband's pressure is dropping. You need to clear the room. As medical staff flood in, I catch one last glimpse of Vanessa's face. She's not looking at Luca. She's staring at me with pure hatred. Guillermo catches my arm as security escorts everyone out. This isn't over, he whispers. They just made a huge mistake, but they'll be back. And next time, they'll play dirtier. I watch through the window as doctors work on Luca, my heart thundering in my chest. Then we'll be ready, I say, and I feel something hard and cold crystallize inside me, because they just showed me exactly who they are. 3 days after Vanessa's attempted coup, I'm sitting in Guillermo's office, surrounded by stacks of legal documents. My best friend Mia perches on the arm of my chair, her hand steady on my shoulder. "Show her," Guillermo says to his assistant, who brings in a sleek laptop. The video starts playing. My heart clenches. It's Luca, healthy and alive, sitting in this very office 3 months ago. He's wearing the blue shirt I bought him for his birthday. "If you're watching this," Video Luca says, "something's happened to me, and my mother is probably trying to take control." He runs a hand through his hair, a nervous habit I know so well. I need to make something crystal clear. Under no circumstances is Vanessa Reynolds to have any control over my estate or medical decisions. My wife Sylvia has full power of attorney. Mia squeezes my shoulder as tears blur my vision. "Mom?" Luca continues, his voice hardening. "I know you're probably going to see this. I know what you did to Dad's estate, what you did to grandmother. It stops here." The video ends. I wipe my eyes with shaking hands. "Why didn't he tell me about this?" "Because he knew you'd worry," Guillermo says, sliding a folder across his desk. "He also left this. It's everything we need to shut down any legal challenge Vanessa might mount." A knock interrupts us. Guillermo's assistant pokes her head in. "Sir, Mrs. Reynolds and Ms. Wilcox are here, with their lawyer." "Perfect timing." Guillermo smirks. "Send them in." Vanessa sweeps in, followed by Melanie and a sharp-faced man in an expensive suit. They freeze when they see me. "What is she doing here?" Vanessa demands. "Sitting exactly where she belongs," Guillermo replies. "Please, have a seat. We have some interesting footage to show you." The colour drains from Vanessa's face as Luca's video plays again. By the end, her lawyer is shifting uncomfortably. "This changes nothing," Vanessa snaps, but her voice wavers. "That video could be dated wrong, edited. It's notarized, witnessed, and backed up in 3 different secure locations," Guillermo interrupts. "But please challenge it. I'd love to present your fraudulent documents to a judge alongside this." Melanie stands abruptly. "Mother, we should go." "Sit down," I say, surprising myself with how steady my voice sounds. "We're not finished." "You don't give orders in this family," Vanessa hisses. "No, but the law does." I open the folder Guillermo gave me. "Like this restraining order preventing you from entering our house, or these documents showing you tried to access Luca's accounts using forged signatures. Should I go on?" Their lawyer clears his throat. "Mrs. Reynolds, a word outside." They step out. Through the glass wall, I watch their heated discussion. The lawyer keeps shaking his head. Mia leans down to whisper, "Your mother-in-law looks like she's sucking a lemon. It's kind of amazing." The door opens. The lawyer returns alone. "My clients will be withdrawing any claims to Mr. Reynolds' estate or medical decisions." "Wise choice," Guillermo says. "And the house?" They acknowledge Mrs. Fox's legal residence and ownership. After they leave, I slump in my chair. Is it really over? For now? Guillermo's expression is grim. But Vanessa's not done. That was too easy. What do you mean? People like her don't give up power without a fight. She's retreating to regroup. He taps the folder. And there's something else. When I was going through Luca's papers, I found references to another account. One that even I didn't know about. Mia sits up straighter. What kind of account? I don't know, but yesterday, someone tried to access it using Melanie's credentials. They failed because apparently it's under a different name. My phone buzzes. A text from the ICU. No change in Luca's condition. I stare at his smiling face in the paused video, remembering something he said months ago. I've made sure you're taken care of no matter what. Find that account, I tell Guillermo. Whatever Vanessa was looking for, we need to find it first. Already on it. He picks up his phone. I'm calling in a specialist, someone who can dig deeper into the Reynolds family finances. Be careful, Mia warns. These people play dirty. I stand up, gathering my things. So will we. I touch the screen where Luca's face is frozen mid-sentence. They tried to take everything from me. Now I'm going to find out why. As we leave Guillermo's office, Mia grabs my arm. Sylvia, look! She points across the street where Melanie is getting into her car. She's carrying a stack of papers, and I catch a glimpse of a familiar logo. First National Bank, the small local branch where Luca always did his personal banking. That's weird, I murmur. That bank is nowhere near her house. Want to find out why she's there? I nod slowly, a plan forming. Yes, I do. You sure about this? Mia whispers, as we sit in her car outside First National Bank the next morning. The specialist Guillermo hired, Peyton, is already inside, posing as a customer. Luca mentioned this place last summer, I say. He said something about a what-if fund he set up. I thought he was joking. My phone vibrates. A text from Peyton. Melanie's back, with company. We watch as Melanie hurries inside, followed by a teenage girl I recognize as her daughter, Phoebe. Something's off about their body language. Melanie's hand grips Phoebe's arm too tightly, and the girl's face is pinched with anxiety. That's weird, Mia mutters. Shouldn't Phoebe be in school? My phone buzzes again. Peyton. They're trying to access a safety deposit box, using the girl's ID. Let's go, I say, reaching for the door handle. Wait. Mia grabs my arm. Look who just pulled up. A sleek black Mercedes parks across the street. Vanessa steps out, staying by her car, watching the bank entrance like a hawk. Inside, we find Peyton pretending to fill out deposit slips while eavesdropping on Melanie's increasingly heated conversation with the bank manager. I don't understand the problem, Melanie's saying. My daughter is a legal adult. She has ID. The manager shakes her head. I'm sorry, but this particular box can only be accessed by Mrs. Sylvia Fox or Mr. Luca Reynolds. No exceptions. My heart skips. A box in my name? There must be some mistake, Melanie insists. My brother... Is everything okay here? I step forward, making them all jump. The manager's eyes widen with recognition. Mrs. Fox, I was just explaining to these ladies about your private box. My private box? I echo, watching Melanie's face drain of colour. Yes, the one Mr. Reynolds set up last year. He was very specific about the access restrictions. Melanie grabs Phoebe's arm. We're leaving. Not so fast. I block their path. Phoebe, honey, did your mom make you come here? The girl won't meet my eyes, but her silence speaks volumes. Using your daughter's ID to commit fraud? I shake my head. That's low, Melanie, even for your family. You don't understand anything, Melanie spits. That money belongs to us. What money? But she's already dragging Phoebe toward the exit. Through the glass doors, I see Vanessa's Mercedes peeling away. The manager clears her throat. Mrs. Fox, would you like to access your box now? Inside a private room, she brings me a large safety deposit box. My hands shake as I insert the key she provides. Inside, I find several USB drives, a thick envelope of documents, and a handwritten letter from Luca. My love, if you're reading this, things have gone wrong. Inside these drives, you'll find everything. Bank records, company documents, evidence of what my mother and sister have been doing with family funds for years. I've been gathering proof since Dad died. Keep it safe. Keep yourself safer. All my love, L. Mia peers over my shoulder at the drives. Holy shit. There's more, Peyton says, examining the documents. Account numbers, offshore transfers. This is a paper trail going back decades. My phone rings. Guillermo. Sylvia, you need to get back to the hospital. Now. What's wrong? Is it Luca? No, he's stable. But Phoebe just called me. She's scared, wants to talk, says she knows things about what her mother and grandmother are planning. I pack everything back into the box. Can you secure this? I ask the manager. Of course. And Mrs. Fox? Your husband was very clear that if anyone else tried to access this box, we should notify his lawyer immediately, which you did when Melanie came yesterday. She nods. Both times. They're getting desperate. In the car, Mia drives while I call Guillermo. Have hospital security meet us, I tell him. If Phoebe's turning against them, Vanessa won't take it well. Already done. And Sylvia? The investigator found something else, about Vanessa's past. Seems she had a caregiver file charges against her years ago. The case mysteriously disappeared, but what? The caregiver didn't. She's still alive, and she's willing to talk. I hang up as we pull into the hospital parking lot. Through the entrance, I see Phoebe sitting alone in the waiting area, hugging herself. But before I can reach her, Melanie bursts through the stairwell door. "Get away from my daughter!" Security guards move toward the commotion, but Phoebe stands up, facing her mother. "No, I'm done lying for you and Grandma. I'm telling Aunt Sylvia everything." Melanie goes very still. "Then you're no daughter of mine." The words hang in the air like poison as Phoebe begins to cry. I wrap my arm around her shoulders, guiding her away from her mother's cold stare. "It's okay," I whisper. "Tell me everything." "They're going to have Uncle Luca declared mentally incompetent," Phoebe says, her hands wrapped around a hospital cafeteria coffee cup. "Grandma has a doctor who'll say anything she wants. They've been planning this for months." Security guards stand at the cafeteria entrance, keeping Melanie at bay. Through the windows, I can see her pacing, making angry phone calls. "Why now?" I ask. "Why not wait until—" "Because of the trust fund." Phoebe's voice drops to a whisper. "It becomes irrevocable on Uncle Luca's 40th birthday. 5 months from now. Once that happens, Grandma can't touch it." Guillermo, sitting beside me, types rapidly on his tablet. That explains the urgency. With Luca incapacitated and Vanessa as conservator, she could redirect the funds before they lock. "There's more," Phoebe continues. "Mum found papers in Grandma's study. Something about Grandma stealing money from great-grandma's estate. Mum's been blackmailing her with it." My phone buzzes. A text from Peyton. "Got proof. Vanessa embezzled 2.3 million from her mother's accounts, used it to cover Melanie's failed businesses." "That's why they work together," I murmur. "They're both compromised." A commotion at the entrance makes us look up. A man in his mid-30s, wearing an expensive but rumpled suit, pushes past the security guards. "Ryan." Phoebe stands. "What are you doing here?" I recognize him now. Luca's estranged cousin, the black sheep who vanished from family events years ago. "Heard what's happening," he says, pulling up a chair. "Thought it was time to balance some scales." "Why should we trust you?" I demand. He pulls out a USB drive. "Because I've been gathering dirt on Vanessa for years, ever since she did to my mum what she's trying to do to you." Guillermo takes the drive, plugs it into his laptop. His eyebrows shoot up. "These are transaction records, property transfers, all with questionable signatures." "Vanessa's specialty," Ryan says bitterly. "She forced my mum out of her inheritance using forged documents. By the time we proved the fraud, the statute of limitations had expired." A nurse appears at our table. "Mrs. Fox, your husband's showing increased brain activity. The doctor wants to run some tests." I start to stand, but Guillermo touches my arm. "Go. We'll handle things here?" In Luca's room, I hold his hand while doctors check his responses. His fingers twitch against mine, the most movement I've seen in days. My phone vibrates. A text from an unknown number. "Back off now, or the next accident won't be an accident." V. Ice floods my veins. Before I can respond, another message appears. "Ask Ryan about the brakes." I rush back to the cafeteria, but Ryan's gone. "He left this for you." Phoebe hands me an envelope. Inside is a business card for an auto repair shop and a handwritten note. "The mechanic who serviced Luca's car the day before the accident. He'll talk. For a price. Sylvia." Guillermo's voice is urgent. "The conservatorship hearing. Vanessa's pushed it up to next week. She can't do that. She claims Luca's condition is deteriorating. She's got a doctor ready to testify." Mia, who's been quietly observing, suddenly straightens. "Wait. Phoebe, you said your mum found those papers in Vanessa's study? When?" "Last month, in a hidden safe behind her painting." "The same safe where she keeps her jewellery?" When Phoebe nods, Mia grins. "I have an idea, but we'll need help from someone on the inside." All eyes turn to Phoebe, who squares her shoulders. "I have a key to Grandma's house, and I know when she takes her tennis lessons." "No," I say firmly. "It's too dangerous." "They used my ID to try to steal from you." Phoebe's voice hardens. "They made me lie, threatened to cut off my college fund. I want to help." Before I can argue, Melanie appears at our table, security guards flanking her. "Phoebe, car, now." "No. You ungrateful little—" "Mrs. Wilcox," Guillermo interrupts smoothly. "Your daughter is 18, legally an adult. She can make her own choices. Melanie's face contorts. Fine, but remember this moment, Phoebe. When everything falls apart, don't come crying to me. As she storms off, Phoebe's hands shake, but her voice is steady. So, when do we start? I look at the business card in my hand, the threatening text on my phone, and Luca's medical readings showing signs of hope. Tomorrow, I decide. We start tomorrow. Mia squeezes my shoulder. Better get some rest then. Something tells me Vanessa's tennis lesson is going to be very interesting. She's leaving for tennis, Phoebe whispers into her phone. I'm parked 2 blocks away with Mia and Peyton, watching Vanessa's house through binoculars. The safe is behind the Monet in her study. Phoebe continues. Combination is Grandpa's death date. That's morbid, Mia mutters. We wait until Vanessa's Mercedes disappears around the corner. Phoebe signals from the front door, and we move quickly. The house is a monument to old money, all crystal chandeliers and antique furniture. Phoebe leads us upstairs to Vanessa's study, her hands trembling as she unlocks the door. 15 minutes, Peyton reminds us, checking her watch. The tennis club's only 10 minutes away. The Monet slides aside easily, revealing a wall safe. I punch in the numbers, while Mia keeps watch at the window. Guys? Mia's voice tightens. Ryan's here. What? I spin around. He's coming up the driveway. Phoebe runs to look. It's okay. I texted him. He wants to help. You did what? The safe clicks open before we can argue. Inside, stacks of documents fill the shelves alongside jewelry boxes and USB drives. Here, Ryan says from the doorway, making us jump. Look for anything with this logo. He holds up a photo on his phone, showing a corporate letterhead. Why? I ask, still not trusting him. Because that's the company Vanessa used to hide the money she stole from my mum and from her own mother. We work quickly, photographing documents and downloading files. In a hidden compartment, I find a thick envelope labelled Luca Medical. Holy shit, I breathe, scanning the contents. She's been planning this for over a year. She has backdated psychiatric evaluations, forged prescriptions. Sylvia. Peyton's voice is urgent. Look at this. She holds up a laptop, screen glowing with a paused video. It shows Luca's garage the night before his accident. A figure in dark clothes is working under his car. Can you enhance that? Mia asks. Peyton taps some keys. The image sharpens, revealing a face I recognize. Melanie's ex-husband. Got you, Ryan mutters. He pulls out his phone, starts recording. This is what we needed. Suddenly Phoebe gasps. Grandma's car! She's coming back! Out! Now! I shove everything back into the safe, spin the dial. We rush downstairs just as the front door opens. There's nowhere to go except... Quick! The pantry! Phoebe whispers, shoving us into a walk-in storage room. Through the crack in the door, we watch Vanessa stride past, talking on her phone. Yes, the hearing's on Tuesday. No, she won't be a problem much longer. I don't care what you have to do. Just make sure that doctor says exactly what we discussed. My phone buzzes. Thank God it's on silent. A text from Guillermo. Emergency. Hospital called. Luca's awake. My heart stops, but we're trapped. Watching Vanessa pace the kitchen. The trust fund? Don't worry about it. Once we have conservatorship, we'll transfer everything before... What? Say that again. She goes silent, listening. Then her face transforms with rage. What do you mean the video files are gone? Check again. They have to be... No, you idiot, if those get out... She throws her phone across the room. It shatters against the wall. Minutes tick by. Finally, she storms upstairs. We hear her study door slam. Now, Phoebe mouths. We slip out the back door, running to our cars. Only when we're safely away do I tell them about Luca. Go! Mia pushes me toward my car. We'll handle the evidence. Get to the hospital. I break every speed limit getting there. In Luca's room, doctors surround his bed. His eyes are open, tracking movement. Sylvia. His voice is barely a whisper. I'm here. I grab his hand. I'm right here. The video... He struggles to speak. In my office. We found it. We found everything. Mom tried to... I know, but we've got her now. We have proof. His fingers tighten around mine. Be careful. She'll... Before he can finish, his eyes close. The heart monitor spikes. "He's seizing," a doctor shouts. "Get her out of here." As nurses push me into the hallway, my phone rings. It's Peyton. "Sylvia, we've got a problem. The safe..." There was a camera. "Vanessa just texted everyone the footage. She knows..." My phone immediately buzzes with another message. From Vanessa. "You want to play games? Fine. But remember, I've been playing longer. See you in court on Tuesday. Bring tissues." I stare through the window at Luca's room, where doctors fight to stabilize him. In my other hand, my phone lights up with yet another message. This one's from Ryan. "Don't reply to her. Trust me. Because what she doesn't know is that while everyone was watching the safe, I found something much better in her desk drawer. Something that changes everything." The courthouse buzzes with tension. I sit between Guillermo and Mia, watching Vanessa and her legal team arrange papers at their table. She catches my eye and smirks. "All rise," the bailiff calls. Ryan slips into the courtroom just as the judge takes her seat. He nods at me. Our signal that everything's ready. Vanessa's lawyer speaks first, painting a picture of a concerned mother trying to protect her incapacitated son from an opportunistic wife. He presents their forged psychiatric evaluations, their paid-off doctor nodding gravely from the witness stand. "And now," he says smoothly, "I'd like to present evidence of Mrs. Fox's unstable behaviour. Security footage from Mrs. Reynolds's home shows her breaking in just 3 days ago. The courtroom screen flickers to life, showing us raiding Vanessa's safe. My stomach drops. Objection. Guillermo stands. This footage was obtained without proper notification of surveillance. Overruled, the judge says, but noted. Vanessa's smile widens, until Ryan stands up. Your Honour, I have relevant testimony to present. And you are? Ryan Blair, Mrs. Reynolds' nephew, and former executor of my mother's estate. Vanessa's face goes pale. I have evidence that Mrs. Reynolds has a history of fabricating psychiatric evaluations to seize control of family assets, starting with my mother's estate in 2015. He hands documents to the bailiff. The judge reviews them, her expression darkening. Furthermore, Ryan continues, I have proof that the doctor testifying today was paid to falsify evaluations in that case as well. The doctor suddenly looks ill. Your Honour, Vanessa's lawyer interrupts, this is irrelevant to the current... Actually, Guillermo stands. It establishes a pattern of behaviour directly relevant to this case, and we haven't even gotten to the attempted murder yet. The courtroom erupts. The judge bangs her gavel. Attempted murder? She demands. Peyton walks in, carrying a laptop. Security footage from Mr. Reynolds' garage, Your Honour, showing Melanie's ex-husband tampering with the brake lines. Phone records prove Mrs. Reynolds contacted him 3 times that day. Vanessa shoots to her feet. This is absurd. I demand... Sit down, Mrs. Reynolds, the judge snaps. She turns to the doctor. And you, doctor, are you prepared to testify under oath about these evaluations? The doctor glances at Vanessa, then at the evidence of his previous false testimony. I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment rights. Chaos erupts again. Through it all, I watch Vanessa. She's not looking at the judge or her lawyers. She's staring at Melanie, who's gone ghostly white. Mother, Melanie says, her voice carrying in a sudden lull. Tell them you wouldn't try to kill your own son. Vanessa's silence is damning. Oh God. Melanie stands swaying. The brakes. You said it was just to scare him. To make him see reason about the trust fund? You promised nobody would get hurt. Mrs. Wilcox, the judge cuts in. Are you saying you had prior knowledge of the attempt on your brother's life? Melanie's face crumples. I'll tell you everything. About the brakes, the fake documents, all of it. I can't do this anymore. You ungrateful little... Vanessa lunges for her daughter, but bailiffs grab her arms. Your Honour, Guillermo says calmly, we move for immediate dismissal of the conservatorship petition, and we request criminal charges be filed against Mrs. Reynolds for attempted murder, fraud, and... The courtroom doors burst open. A nurse I recognise from the ICU runs in. Mrs. Fox, your husband, he's awake. Really awake. He's asking for you. I look at the judge, who nods. Go! We'll deal with this mess. As I rush out, I hear Vanessa screaming behind me. You don't understand. I did it for the family. Everything I did was for this family. At the hospital, Luca's sitting up in bed. His voice is weak but clear. Did you get her? We got her. She's probably being arrested right now. Good. He squeezes my hand. I heard you, when I was under. Heard you fighting for us. Tears blur my vision. I had help. Ryan, Phoebe, everyone. Ryan came through? He smiles slightly. Guess people can surprise you? A commotion in the hallway makes us look up. Melanie stands in the doorway, tears streaming down her face. Luca, I'm so sorry. I didn't know she would. I never thought. Get out. My voice is ice. Please, I want to explain. He just woke up. You don't get to explain trying to kill him. Get out before I call security. She backs away, shoulders shaking. Luca's hand tightens around mine. It's really over? He whispers. I think of Vanessa in handcuffs, of Melanie's confession, of all the evidence now in police hands. Almost, I say. But first, you need to get better, because I have years of your mother's financial records to go through, and I'm going to need your help making sure she never hurts anyone again. He smiles. That same smile I saw over breakfast the day of the accident. That's my girl. You're not going to believe this, Peyton says, spreading documents across Luca's hospital tray table. 2 weeks after waking up, he's strong enough to sit in a chair and help us unravel Vanessa's web of deceit. Try me, Luca replies, his voice stronger every day. After learning my mother tried to kill me, I'll believe anything. She's been embezzling from family trusts for decades, but here's the kicker. She didn't work alone. Your father's old business partner was helping her. My phone buzzes. A text from Guillermo. Vanessa's asking for a deal. Wants to talk. No deals, Luca says firmly, reading over my shoulder. She doesn't get to bargain her way out of this. A knock at the door makes us look up. Ryan enters, followed by an elderly woman I don't recognize. This is Margaret, Ryan says. She was Grandma's caregiver, the one who filed the abuse charges against Vanessa. Margaret's hands shake as she sits down. I've been afraid to speak up for years. Your mother, she threatened my family, my grandchildren. But now, I prompt, now she's where she belongs, and I'm ready to testify about what I saw, about how she treated your grandmother in those final months, about the documents she forced her to sign. Luca's face hardens. The transfer of the family trust. Margaret nods. Your grandmother never wanted Vanessa to control it. She wanted it split between all the grandchildren. But Vanessa, she kept your grandmother drugged, isolated, made her sign everything over. Just like she tried to do to me, Luca says quietly. Another knock. This time it's Phoebe, clutching a laptop. I found something in Mum's email. Something about Uncle Luca's accident. She opens the laptop, plays a video. It shows Melanie meeting her ex-husband in a parking garage the day before the crash. 20,000, we hear him say. Cash. Just make it look like brake failure. No hospital, Melanie insists. Mother was clear about that. Just enough to scare him into signing. Luca's hand finds mine, squeezing hard. The police have this? I ask. Phoebe nods. Mum's been arrested. She's talking. About everything. Including this? Ryan holds up a flash drive. Because what I found in Vanessa's desk is even worse. Text messages proving she knew about the brake tampering. Actually, she didn't just know. She orchestrated it. A detective enters the room, nodding to us. We've got enough for additional charges. Conspiracy to commit murder, witness tampering, financial fraud. Don't forget elder abuse, Margaret adds quietly. The DA's office is preparing the indictments now. But, he hesitates. Mrs. Reynolds is demanding to see you, Mr. Reynolds. Says she can explain everything. No, I start, but Luca cuts me off. I'll see her. Here, with security present. Luca, you don't have to... Yes, I do. His voice is firm. I need to hear her try to justify this. Need to see her face when she realizes she's lost everything. An hour later, Vanessa is escorted in, handcuffed, looking smaller somehow in her orange jumpsuit. Her eyes fill with tears at the sight of Luca. My boy! Don't. Luca's voice could freeze fire. Just tell me why. I did it for you. The family legacy. You tried to kill me for money? No. I would never. It wasn't supposed to go that far. Just scare you into seeing reason about the trust fund, about her. She glares at me. Sylvia? Luca laughs bitterly. The woman who fought to protect everything you tried to steal? She's an outsider. She doesn't understand our world, our responsibilities. Your crimes, I interrupt. Let's call them what they are. Fraud, theft, attempted murder. You don't understand what it takes to maintain a family like ours. No, Mother, Luca says quietly. You never understood what family really means. He nods to the guards. As they lead her away, she turns back. I'm still your mother. No, Luca replies. You're just another criminal, and you'll die in prison knowing you destroyed everything you claimed to protect. After she's gone, silence fills the room. Finally, Phoebe speaks. What happens now? Now? I look at the stack of evidence we've gathered. Now we make sure justice is served, for everyone she hurt. And then, Luca asks softly, then we rebuild, the right way. My phone buzzes one last time. A message from Guillermo. Vanessa's lawyer quit. She's facing 25 to life. It's really over. I show Luca the message. He smiles, but there's sadness in it. No, he says. It's just beginning. We have a family legacy to rebuild, starting with the truth. Looking around the room, at Ryan, Phoebe, Margaret, all the allies we've gathered, I realize he's right. This isn't an ending, it's a reckoning. The prison visiting room smells like cheap coffee and desperation. Vanessa sits across from me, her designer clothes replaced by prison orange, her perfectly manicured nails now bitten to the quick. Why are you here? She asks, her voice hoarse. To return something. I place a small box on the table. Inside is her precious Cartier watch, the one she always claimed was a gift from her late husband. Where did you get that? From the evidence lockup. Turns out it wasn't a gift from Luca's father at all. You bought it yourself, with money stolen from his mother's care fund. She flinches. Behind me, I hear the guard shift position. I'm donating it, I continue, along with all your other gifts to yourself. The money will fund a new elder care program at Memorial Hospital. You can't. Actually, I can. The court appointed me executor of the family trust. Everything you stole, every penny you siphoned away, it's all going back to help the people you hurt. Her hands shake. How dare you? The retirement home where you locked away Luca's grandmother, we're renovating it, adding an abuse survivor wing. Margaret's running it. That interfering old... Phoebe's starting college next week. Pre-law. She wants to specialize in elder rights and financial fraud protection. Vanessa's face crumples. My granddaughter isn't your anything anymore. She legally changed her name. They all did. Ryan, Melanie, Phoebe. They're free of you. Why are you telling me this? I lean forward. Because you're going to sit in this cell for the next 25 years, watching everything you built crumble. Not because we destroyed it, but because we're transforming it into something good. Luca will never... Luca's running the charitable foundation we created from your hidden accounts. Every dollar you stole is helping someone now. She starts to speak, but I stand up. Goodbye, Vanessa. Enjoy your legacy. Outside, Luca waits in the car. His cane rests against the passenger seat. He still limps from the accident, but he's getting stronger every day. How'd it go? Exactly as expected. She's still trying to control everything from behind bars. He takes my hand. And the foundation paperwork? Signed this morning. The Reynolds Family Trust is officially the Phoenix Foundation for Elder Care and Fraud Prevention. Phoenix, he smiles. Rising from the ashes. Perfect. My phone buzzes. A text from Phoebe. Dorm's all set up. Thanks for helping with the books, Aunt Sylvia. Another message follows. This one from Ryan. Margaret's first abuse prevention seminar is full. We're adding a second session. They're really doing it, Luca says softly. Building something new. Speaking of building, I pull out an envelope. The contractor's estimate for the house renovations. After Vanessa's arrest, we discovered black mold in the mansion's walls, a perfect metaphor for the rot she'd hidden for years. Tear it down, Luca decides. All of it. We'll build something better. You sure? It's been in your family for... That's exactly why. Time for a fresh start. We drive to the construction site that used to be his childhood home. Workers are already clearing the ground. "I have something for you," he says, pulling out a small box. Inside is a key on a phoenix-shaped keychain. "What's this for?" "The new building. I thought, maybe instead of another mansion, we could make it a community centre. Counselling services, legal aid, everything we wished we'd had during the fight." Tears sting my eyes. Perfect. My phone buzzes again. A news alert. "Melanie accepts plea deal. Will testify against co-conspirators in Reynolds fraud case." "She's doing the right thing," Luca says. "Finally." "Think you'll ever forgive her?" "Maybe. Someday. But for now," he gestures at the demolition crew, "we focus on building, not breaking." I grip the Phoenix keychain, watching the wrecking ball take its first swing at the mansion's facade. Each crash feels like justice. "You know what I realised?" I say. Vanessa was right about one thing. I didn't understand their world of family legacy and responsibilities. And now? Now I understand it better than she ever did. Legacy isn't about keeping power. It's about using it to help others. The mansion's front wall crumbles, revealing the rot within. But beyond it, I can already see the future taking shape. A place of healing, of justice, of transformation. "Ready to build something new?" Luca asks. I squeeze his hand, feeling the Phoenix key press between our palms. "Always." Behind us, the old house falls. Before us, endless possibility rises. Just like us, just like truth, just like justice. Rising from the ashes, stronger than before.